So the A's lost their 8th consecutive game, losing to the Astros in this final game 6-3. So the A's, of course, get swept in this series to Houston, the 3rd consecutive series where the A's get swept. And yeah, this game was rough for the A's. It was sort of a classic example of, where the A's allowed the opposing team to score a bunch of runs early, and it, comes to a point where it's just too much to come back from. The Astros scored 4 runs in the first 2 innings combined, and Cole Irvin, sort of a rare bad start from him. He allowed basically all the Astros runs, and he's usually our guy on the mound. He's pretty reliable in the starting rotation usually, but for this game for Irvin, it was just unfortunately not a good start. So yeah, 6-3. Let's get into the action. I mean, Alex Bregman, 2-run homer, his 16th of the year, and that was in the first inning. Those were the 2 runs they scored in the first, and then they also scored 2 runs in the second off a 2-run double from Jose Altuve. I thought it might be a homer, but it just barely stayed in the ballpark, so it was 4-0 Astros. Christian Vazquez made it 5-0 Astros as he raked one to left field, and it was an RBI single. 5-0 Stros. Christian Vazquez in this game went 3 for 4, his first multi-hit game with the Astros since being traded from the Red Sox. Alex Bregman came up once again, this time off Austin Pruitt, scoring in the run. It was an RBI double, hitting out to right field, making it 6-0 Stros. Now, I did mention the A's did sort of have a comeback in this game, but I would argue it wasn't really totally a comeback. I mean, Nick Allen got his 2nd homer of the year, a solo homer. Very nice hit for him, hitting out to left field. So that at least got the A's on the board. They did score a couple more. Jonah Bride, RBI ground out. So that was a good productive out from him, 2 guys on. And Tony Kemp got an RBI single. So, basically 2/3 of the A's runs were, kind of created by the youth movement. And Cal Stevenson scored the RBI, on the RBI single. So, it's good to see some of those young A's guys just, kind of having an impact. Cal Stevenson, once again, he had good base running and whatnot. Like, there was good production from everybody when it came to those final innings. But unfortunately, the rest of the game, it was all zeros for the A's on the scoreboard. Tony Kemp had 2 hits in this game, but other than that, no one else had a multi-hit game for the A's. So yeah, like I said, 3 consecutive sweeps. Of course, we got swept to the Giants, Angels, and now Astros. We're going to have a 3-game series against the Texas Rangers in Arlington, not a far, place away from where we are now. So hopefully we can at least get some wins there, because, we have beat the Rangers this season a couple times. So that would be good to see. But right now, of course, it's just not, a good showing from the A's. But I think those final innings were, there were bright spots. I think Nick Allen, good to see him get that homer. Other than that, though, the Astros had a very good pitching performance from Christian Javier. Their bullpen, obviously did allow runs at the end of the game, but they were pretty solid through the first 8 or so innings. Javier went 6 innings, struck out 6 hitters, only allowed 1 hit actually, and then they had Nectar Neris come in, who only came in for 1 inning and struck out 2. So, obviously just very dominant pitching for the Astros early on, and that's sort of why the A's just couldn't get hits. The A's did have 7 hits total, Astros had 9, so it wasn't that big of a margin. But yeah, the A's just could not score for those first 7 innings. 8th and 9th innings, good scoring. It would have been nice if we were losing by only a couple runs, but yeah, we were losing by 6. It was too big of a hole to climb out of, and as a result, the A's lose. So yeah, next game against the Rangers. Let me know your guys' thoughts on this series and game. I'll see you guys later. The A's lose 6-3 to the Astros, 8 losses in a row, and yeah, go A's.